Stop all this crying.
Welcome to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing. Make sure to punch that like and subscribe button. Seriously, hit it like it owes you money. Want to go the extra mile? Drop a super chat or donate to the Cash App because who doesn't love supporting quality content? Catch me live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. and Sunday at 5 p.m. See you there.
Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's video, I'll be giving my 2 cents on the Gervonta Tank Davis situation and how I feel about the fight, and my 2 cents about how people are responding to the fight. Now, before I show this clip, because this is a clip from my show, 2 Cents After Dark, and we do it every Tuesday night at 10:30 p.m. So it's some colorful language because 2 Cents After Dark is kind of uncensored. But I just wanted to get my point across. And I want y'all to let me know and drop it below what you all think as we go throughout the video. Or you can give me a call at 281-845-2103 to give me your 2 cents about the situation. Check it out.
So, from the inception of the rumor that Tank and Jake Paul will possibly be fighting, to the announcement of Tank and Jake Paul fighting, to the press conference of Tank and Jake Paul fighting, it just seems to be this emotional overreaction to what's going on with Tank. And it's just not Tank. It's just not Tank. It was it's always like an emotional overreacting to Terrence Crawford. Like the emotional overreactions is what this is my opinion, is what I'm not really understanding, right? Because there's a lot of people that said, and let me preface this by saying this, right? I don't care what y'all think. And I mean that respectfully, because y'all not about to get on here and shame me out of my opinion. Y'all not about to come on here and Tank fan. You a Tank fan. You a Tank fan. You a Tank fan. Y'all not about to Tank fan me to death. Because this is not about me being a Tank fan. This is about me using my common sense, my logic, and simply my own opinions to express how I feel about a situation. So before y'all come in here, you a Tank fan girl, I can't believe you defending this. I can't believe you this. I can't believe you that. Now, I played y'all a video that I made 4 months ago when the rumor first started about Tank and Jake Paul, how I feel about this fight. And I'm going to say it right now, and I'm not going to say it no more the rest of this live. I'm not going to keep saying, I don't like the fight. The fight trash. I keep saying it's a clown show. It's a circus. The fight trash. It's a clown. I'm not going to keep saying that over and over to appease overly emotional fans. Right? And I might go as far as to say, I don't know if the fight is trash. I ain't seen it yet. How can you say the fight is trash if you ain't even seen it yet? You don't know what's going to happen in the fight, but you're entitled to your own opinion. So there seems to be this major push that if you don't hate this fight, or you ain't saying Tank ain't this and Tank ain't that and Tank a clown and Tank ain't who I thought he was and Tank scared and Tank this and Tank that, like, I'm not about to do that. I don't need to do that. It's enough people doing that. It's enough people doing that. So what I'm going to do is come from a different perspective and give a different perspective about the situation, because it's this shit just not one way. And obviously, y'all seen what happened when the fight got announced. It broke the internet. Y'all seen what happened When the tickets went on pre-sale, they sold out. So to constantly sit here and say it's trash, don't nobody want to see it, don't nobody want this, don't nobody want that, you can have your opinion about it. It may be trash to you, and you might not want to see it. But obviously, the demand for the fight is there. The demand for the fight is there. And let me say this. I hear people saying, oh, this fight is ruining the sport because it's not a real fight. Jake Paul, not a real fighter. And I'm not saying I don't disagree with that, quote unquote. Like, but technically, if we want to get technical, Jake Paul is a real fighter. He's a professional fighter if we want to be technical. But I get what y'all saying. I don't want y'all to think that I don't understand y'all perspective. The problem I'm having is when people act like they can't understand other people's perspective. And when you have another perspective, or you can see another perspective and you express that, people want to call you names and do all this other childish shit because they emotional and they can't control how you think and feel, just like they can't control who Tank Davis is fighting. It's a demand for the fight. It sold out pre-sale. It broke the internet when it dropped. The bottom line. So people want to say, well, this ain't a real fight. It's ruining the sport because I don't know why. I keep saying, how is it in the chat? Can y'all let me know how Tank and Jake Paul is ruining the sport? Can somebody please let me know that? And some people say, well, it's not ruining the sport. It's going to help the sport because it's bringing eyes to the sport. It's going to be over 100 million people that probably watch this fight. I don't know if it's going to be over 100 million. I could be exaggerating. I'm just saying, right? But it's going to be tens of millions, possibly hundreds of millions of people that watch this fight. So then I heard somebody say, well, the people that watch fights like that, they don't cross over. They don't go over and watch real boxing. So I thought about that, right? I said, okay, so people feel like the market that's going to watch Tank and Jake Paul fight isn't the market that's going to cross over and go watch these other fights that everybody Johnson bouncing about. So I want y'all to think about that for a second, right? I just want y'all to think about this logically and get out y'all feelings, please. Just think about it logically. I ain't trying to change your mind at all. I'm just trying to get you to understand a different perspective. So if the people that's going to watch the Tank and Jake Paul fight not going to cross over and watch regular boxing, wouldn't that mean that there's clearly a market for what Tank and Jake Paul is doing? One. And wouldn't that mean that the market for what Tank and Jake Paul is doing is way bigger than the market for these? I kept hearing somebody say a legacy fighter today. I don't know what the fuck that means, but we gonna use it. That the legacy fighters over here, them people not gonna cross over and watch that. So what are y'all bitching about in the first place? Can you tell me what y'all bitching about in the first place? If it's a market for what he doing over here, clearly a huge market and a high demand, and the demand in the market is clearly not as big over here for what y'all asking for him to do, why wouldn't I take an opportunity to go fight in a different market, which a lot of my fans are casuals. Y'all want to run around here and say Tank fans don't know shit about boxing? Of course they don't. They're casuals. They not watching y'all favorite fighters either. They probably only watching Tank because he has a huge casual fan base. So what do y'all expect? So I'm going to go over here in this market with this person who also excels in this market, and we're going to make a fight, and we're going to make a bunch of money, and then I'm going to continue my life on from there. What I'm having a problem with, or some challenges with understanding, is how are people so emotional about this? First of all, I mean, y'all panties is really in a bunch. I've never seen people discuss, talk about, make videos about something they don't want so much. I said, after the rumors was released and everybody kept talking about it, I said Tank and Jake Paul would be a fool not to make this fight, because it's clearly a demand for it, because people keep fucking talking about how much they don't want to see it. Before the fight was even announced, it was a rumor. People kept talking about how they don't want to see it. It's a circus. I don't want to see it. 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 Now y'all were the same people watching a press conference. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. But you're watching a press conference, but you're making videos about it. I don't understand. I didn't want to see Francis Ngannou fight Tyson Fury. I think I might have did one live stream about it, talking about it. I didn't make video after video. I didn't watch the press conference and say how much I didn't want to watch it. I didn't watch the fight and complain about it. I didn't do any of that. I made my videos. I gave my 2 cents about the situation, and I kept it moving. And people want to keep saying, oh, we so upset with Tank because he should rematch Lamont Roach. Listen, not every fight is an immediate rematch, and you don't get rematches from every fighter that you want to rematch. Like, I don't understand it. If he rematch Roach, he rematch Roach. If he don't, he don't. Clearly, the story has been told that they were supposed to make the rematch. Some things happened, legal troubles, whatever happened, and they wasn't able to make the rematch at the time that it was supposed to happen. So he had to do the Jake Paul fight first. I don't understand, like, what the issue is. Like, he clearly came out and said it. We were supposed to do it. Miguel got me locked up. I wasn't able to do it. So I'm going to fight Jake Paul first. What's the problem? Well, the problem is Tank had a rematch that he had to honor. And I don't understand what's up with all this virtue signaling everybody got going on in boxing, and why you on this moral high ground if because you ain't watching the Jake Paul fight, and you ain't, and he ain't a real fighter, he a clown. And if that's your perspective, then you on some type of moral high ground of all the boxing fans. You the boxing fan leader. You at the top of the boxing fan food pyramid. When it's like, really? Like, really? Y'all are not about to control these fighters and tell them what to do. Y'all don't have any demands like this on any other fighter but Boots Ennis. Y'all don't do no other fighter like this for real but Boots Ennis. Like, seriously. They either do what you want them to do, fuck what they want to do, Y'all are really, really, really criticizing this man for taking an opportunity, a very lucrative opportunity, because y'all wanted him to fight a rematch with Lamont Roach. Come on, man. That shit don't even sound right for real. When y'all just really, really think about it, to me, it don't sound right for real. To me, my 2 cents. If it was my son, I'd be like, nigga, fuck a rematch with Lamont Roach. Man, you about to go take this Jake Paul fight. You're not about to do no rematch with no. So you're going to be like, no. And if he would have turned it down, y'all would have been saying how dumb Tank was for turning that shit down. And then this is my thing too, right? This is my biggest challenge I'm having with all of this. Talk shit. And at the end say, but I'll do the same thing. But you will do the same thing. Yeah, I'll fight Jake Paul too. You will fight Jake Paul too if you had the opportunity. Really? So all these people on here criticizing Tank and crying would also fight Jake Paul too if they had the opportunity. I don't understand. Listen, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. You allowed to feel how you want to feel. But it's given a Tank ain't never been no real boxer. Tank ain't got the mentality. Tank ain't got no heart. Tank ain't, like, how do y'all know how Tank feels emotionally? I always ask people that. How do y'all know how Tank feels emotionally? How do y'all know where Tank is at mentally? After the Lamont Roach fight, people were saying Tank ain't there and he not there mentally and he wasn't in the fight and he got a lot of stuff going on and his confidence is gone. All of this stuff y'all was saying, and Tank need to get himself together. So if Tank need to get himself together and he take the Jake Paul fight while he getting himself together, what's the problem? Y'all was saying the man confidence is gone. Why would he try to fight Lamont Roach if he got all this shit he need to fix and work on? Like y'all was saying after the Roach fight. It's just a lot of contradictory stuff that y'all be saying. It just don't make sense. If you don't like the fight, don't watch it. And then I hear people say, well, I mean, I'm a Tank fan. I buy his tickets. I buy his pay-per-views. So you buy his tickets and his pay-per-views. That means you get to control him and tell him what to do. When you bought that pay-per-view, when you bought that ticket, were you not entertained by the fight that you bought that pay-per-view and ticket for? If yes, then you got your money's worth. I don't understand. No other, you cannot tell these fighters what to do. Like, I don't understand. Then if the fighter decides not to fight who you want them to fight, you just criticize and throw insults, shit on the whole man career. Like, I don't understand that. And I don't see y'all doing no other fighters like that except for Tank Davis and Jerron Boots Ennis. Can somebody please give me a list of who y'all want y'all favorite fighters to fight? Don't put Tank name on it, because he about to retire, right? Tank about to retire. So put a list of all the fighters, your favorite fighters at 135 pounds that y'all want to see fight. And every time they don't fight somebody on that list, I want y'all to come on here, bitch and complain and cry when they don't fight who you want them to fight. But y'all not going to do that. Because what y'all do is be cool with whoever your favorite fighter is fighting. Make the excuse that everybody's ducking them, which is why they fight in subpar competition, which makes absolutely no sense for real when you really think about it, but that's another live stream. Just like right now, currently, I got people trying to tell me Teofimo Lopez is so great and he got all these accolades and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And I told people today, if Teofimo Lopez was fighting Tank Davis instead of Shakur, you know what y'all would say? Teofimo Lopez ain't that good. Teofimo Lopez got beat by Kambosos. Teofimo Lopez lost to Jermaine Ortiz. Teofimo Lopez been ducking everybody. Y'all would just run down the list of all this bullshit that Teo been doing and acknowledge the fact that he's really been declining since the Lomachenko fight, and acknowledge the fact that his power ain't been nothing like it was at 135 since he's been at 140. That's what y'all would do. Like, let's be honest. And then you get mad and you feel some type of way when Tank tell a fan to shut the fuck up and be a fan. And then y'all want to come on here and throw it in people. Tank told y'all to shut the fuck up and be a fan. No, Tank told whoever he was talking to on X to shut the fuck up and be a fan. But I agree with Tank. Y'all need to shut the fuck up and be fans and stop trying to control these fighters. And y'all sitting up here acting like y'all don't understand why Tank is so frustrated, why y'all can't understand Tank is snapping and going off on people, when all y'all do constantly, fight after fight, opponent after opponent, is criticize and talk shit, opponent after opponent. Look how y'all did Lamont Roach before the fight. I remember all of that. I literally had a debate that I won and got overturned about if Floyd Schofield and Shakur Stevenson was better than Lamont Roach and Tank Davis. They was really trying to play in my face. And the fucking fight with Shakur Stevenson didn't even happen. It didn't even happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna read y'all comments, but I gotta say this because y'all just being unreasonable in my opinion. In my opinion, y'all entitled to your own opinion. But I'm saying it just seems like an overreaction to me. It just seems like an overreaction to me. Somebody say, I wonder why Tank said he's not the face of boxing anymore. Why would Tank want to be the face of boxing? For what? Let somebody else have that title. Fuck it. Let somebody else be the face of boxing. I ain't the face of boxing, then y'all leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go let Devin be the face of boxing. Go let Shakur be the face of boxing on undercards in Saudi Arabia. Go let them be the face of boxing. Leave me alone. Now Tank is They making a Jake Paul fight because the PBC ran out of money. Listen, the PBC been running out of money for a decade. I think they gonna find a way to make it work. PBC been running out of money for the last decade. I guarantee they will find a way to make it work. They always do. They always do. And it seems like it's only people on this YouTube that's got this campaign to this shit on Tank Davis campaign that everybody been running. Every time he do anything, it doesn't matter what he does, y'all is going to complain about it. So why would I spend my time trying to appease people who ain't appreciated nothing I've done the whole time I've been here? Please tell me. Shakur Stevens say he don't give a fuck about the fans. He ain't fighting for them. Terrence Crawford say he don't give a fuck about no fans. He ain't fighting for them. All these fighters is telling y'all they not fighting for no fans. They not fighting for y'all because fans is too fickle. There's never no satisfying y'all. Especially if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis. Because y'all want to shit on my career and my whole resume because I ain't fought two people? Because I ain't fought two people? Because I haven't fought niggas on undercards fighting overseas in the middle of the day competing with college football in the United States? Is that what we talking about? Y'all really criticizing this man for something y'all would do y'allself? That's the biggest hypocrisy right there. And y'all don't even realize that y'all doing it. Some of you niggas will let Diddy spike y'all drink for $50 million. Sure would. Willing to bend over and bust it open for 50 mil. But we gonna criticize and cry and bitch and complain and keep saying how much you don't want. I don't care. If you don't want it then and you don't like the fight, cool. It's no need to say it over and over, day after day, cry, bitch and complain, criticize people that do possibly want to see the event. Because I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm a fan of boxing. I'm interested in this huge boxing event that they're about to put on. I want to see the undercard. Alicia Baumgartner dropped her belt. She stood on business. She said, this belt. I want to fight 3 minutes around. Forget it. I drop it. I don't even want it. Take it. Keep it. I'm about to fight these 3-minute rounds because we trying to get these changes made in women's boxing, even though Clarissa Shields been trying to do that since she came into boxing and she been trying to do it first. But, you know, they're going to get a credit to somebody else because they don't want her to have it. But it's cool. And the fact that because Tank is quote unquote the A side, he could just run around and do whatever he want and make people fight him whenever they want and all this other stuff. Listen, if they fight, they fight. And then people saying, oh, well, Tank's scared. Tank's scared. He don't want to fight this person. He don't want to fight this person. That's why he fighting Jake Paul. I wish I could scare my way into $50 million. I wish I could be so scared that I just end up making $50 million because I'm so scared and I'm running away from my fears and I run right on into $50 million. I don't care. Here come the tank protection program in full effect. If you feel like me talking logic and common sense is quote unquote protection, that's fine. However you interpret it. However you interpret it. Because I'm not about to sit on here and constantly criticize, condemn, and complain. Because honestly, I don't have anything to criticize. I told y'all 4 months ago, I don't care if he makes the Jake Paul fight. I don't care. If he gonna go make the fight and make a lot of money and revolutionize the sport or whatever the case may be and pave a way for if another big name fighter can come up in the future, they can get together and make $50 million a fight, an exhibition fight, no titles on the line, and all of these things to a whole market of people that otherwise wouldn't even be watching boxing. What's the problem? I told y'all Jake Paul was able to come into boxing and find a niche within the sport and be able to be profitable. That's what's so great about boxing, with the openness of boxing. But you niggas want to shrink it down to something so small to where only a certain type of fan would like the sport, because you want to be able to control fighters and you want them to do and fight who you want them to do and fight. No. This ain't no alphabet sport. It ain't the NBA, it ain't the NFL, it ain't the NHL. It's none of that. It's boxing. It's the wild, wild west. You either love it or you hate it. You get in where you fit in and you make money where you can. That's the whole point of it. Like, I don't understand. And people want to sit on here and cry about Lamont Roach, when the nigga do an interview and let y'all know he was capping in line the whole time. Tank ain't signed the contract. Now Tank signed the contract. I got options. I'm moving on. I ain't waiting for Tank. Now I'm bitching and crying because he ain't fight me. What? Lamont Roach is slowly fading to black. Nobody was ever really worried about Lamont Roach. You let these fans, these fickle, fake fans, hype you up into thinking that you was something that you not, and now you hanging on to whatever little Gervonta Tank Davis momentum you got, when you should have just took the momentum, spent it in a different way and ran with it and waited to see if you was going to get the rematch instead of acting like you about to file a lawsuit, all this other shit. Like, it's a lot. I don't understand. And it was a ton of things going on behind the scenes that people don't know about. And I think it's a ton of things that a lot of these fighters deal with behind the scenes that people don't know about. And frankly, I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is just sick of y'all. He's sick of y'all always having something to say, no matter what he do. He's sick of y'all constantly criticizing him. He's sick of y'all criticizing his opponents. And then here come everybody Johnson bouncing everybody he fighting to try to fight him. But y'all will sit here and say, somebody told me, I think that was Dang Father saying this stupid shit. Dang Father, where you at? Come to the front of the congregation. Dang Father told me earlier that the only reason that people wanted to fight Tank Davis opponents was because they had belts. I'm gonna let that sizzle in y'all spirit for a second. He said the only reason why people wanted to fight Tank Davis opponents was because they had belts. But I thought y'all said Tank Davis don't fight nobody. So now the only reason people want to fight Tank Davis fans is because they champions. Y'all gotta stop contradicting yourself. Yeah, J man, Dang Father was cooking himself. That he put the Obey season on himself. He rolled around in the fire and he just jumped in the grease all on his own. Just cooked himself. But I'm saying everybody's entitled to their own opinion. What I'm having an issue with is you niggas thinking y'all can attack me for mine. For some reason, every time Tank got something going on, people think they can see me in chats and start talking shit and like, I don't understand. Over my boxing opinion, I don't agree. Tank needs to have a top level champion in his division. Tank don't need to do nothing. That's what y'all got to take out y'all vocabulary. You could say, I would like to see Tank fight a top level fighter in his division. But what he need to do is what he been doing. That's what he needs to do. He don't need to do nothing. He don't need to do anything. Let me see what y'all saying in these comments. I didn't talk for 30 minutes straight. Hold on, because it's just y'all just not realistic. Like, I don't understand. I'm not gonna sit on here. Shout out Broke and Dangerous with the $2 in the super chat, and he's just supporting the channel. Shout out. Yeah, y'all be sure to help support the channel. Let me scroll up, see what y'all talking about. Dang Father say, I suggest y'all shut the fuck up and be fans like Tank requested. Exactly, Dang Father. Shut the fuck up and be a fan. Like, I felt like it made perfect sense. See, this is the problem. internalize stuff when people say it and take offense to it because you're not talking to me. I don't need to shut the fuck up and be a fan because I ain't trying to tell them what to do. So I don't take no offense to that. I'm not the type of person that somebody say something and I throw myself in the mix so I can be offended and be a victim. What you know how hard it is to offend me? See, if you emotional, then you're easily offended. I'm not emotional like that. So him telling these idiots to shut the fuck up and be a fan, I'm not offended by that. Because he ain't talking to me. I'm not up here telling the man what he need to do and what he should be doing. I don't do no fighter like that. And y'all don't do no other fighter like that either, except for Boots and Tank. Tank just wants the bag. Can't blame him when it's going to be 10 rounds of sparring. Exactly. They going to hate. Watch the hypocrites. They are. Then get mad when you call them out on it. Because Tank is ignoring fights and in and around the division for a cash grab. What if all fighters did that? The sport would collapse. Boxing Hacker, this is the thing. All fighters can't do that. That's the thing. All fighters can't do this. Make no money. What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? All fighters can't do this. What do you mean? Devin Haney not about to get no Jake Paul fight. What are you talking about? Floyd Mayweather did it. Did the sport collapse? Shane Mosley did it. Did the sport collapse? Oscar De La Hoya did it. Did the sports collapse? Muhammad Ali has done it. Did this like George Foreman? You know how many fighters have fought exhibition fights? This is the emotional overreaction stuff I'm talking about. Now the sport gonna collapse? Come on, stop it. Yes, Jake Paul got his own demographic. Boxing Hacker Crawford is ignoring fights in the division he has all the belts in. So we don't care about what you're talking about. Go get Crawford to take that fight with Benavidez and all the belts. Broken Dangerous say 100. So there's a demand for it because people don't want to see it. Boxing Hacker. Yes, there's a demand for it. Yes, there's a demand for it. Hold on, y'all. You mean you don't want to see it? Y'all stop saying people don't want to see it. The pre-sale tickets sold out. So how people don't want to see it? Y'all sound ridiculous with that shit. Just say you don't want to see it. Just say hardcore boxing fans don't want to see it. But to say people don't want to see it, that's just not true. Because I guarantee you, everybody snotting and crying and bitching and whining and complaining, they're going to watch the fight. The same way all the people that didn't want to see the Lamont Roach fight, they watched the Lamont Roach fight and complained about the fight after it was over. I thought y'all didn't want to see it. But you watched it anyway. Let me see what y'all saying. Andre Smith in the building. He say they hate on Tank so much they're gonna look at it fight. Yeah, they're gonna watch the fight. This is what y'all don't realize, right? Especially on these YouTube streets. And this, I think I told y'all this about the Lamont Roach fight. If people didn't really want to see it, if people didn't really like the fight, they would not talk about it, y'all. They wouldn't talk about it. I guarantee you, your favorite YouTube channel that's snotting and crying and complaining are going to support and watch this fight. They're supporting the fight right now. Why y'all think they making videos about what they don't want to see? Why was my numbers so much better in the month the Tank and Jake Paul fight got announced versus the month that Crawford and Canelo fought? Why was there such a difference in my analytics? But I'm not gonna go there with y'all because that's probably above y'all level of comprehension, because some of y'all don't even have basic business acumen, which is why y'all act the way y'all act about these fighters. Once you understand the business of boxing, I promise y'all wouldn't be so emotional and snotting and crying all the time. Q Brown say that's besides the point. Focus, Crawford and Canelo would both do the Jake Paul fight. Everybody would do the Jake Paul fight. That's why it's just, everybody wants to fit in, I guess. It's like everybody just hating on Tank so we can all fit in or be on one accord, or I'm afraid to say something positive about Tank because I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. Well, I ain't. I'm not. Y'all are not about to shame me out of my opinion. Y'all not about to shame me into not wanting to see the event or watch the event. I'm excited to see how this promotion gonna be. Oh, let me address this too, right? Because here come everybody today too with the emotional overreacting. Hey, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all punch that like button and be sure to help support the channel. We late night. So here go everybody today, right? Man, Tank just let Jake Paul disrespect him. I mean, he said he hit girls. He said he gonna have a this and that. He said he can't read like Floyd. And Tank just ain't do nothing. I knew Tank ain't had no heart. I knew Tank. And I'm listening to these people and I'm like, are y'all fucking serious? Do y'all not know Jake Paul is a troll? Put a 1 in the chat if you know that Jake Paul is a troll. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all know Jake Paul is a troll. Okay, so when you hear Jake Paul at the press conference, quote unquote, clowning Tank about all the shit he's saying, didn't y'all expect Jake Paul to do that? Put a 2 in the chat if you expected Jake Paul to do that. Put a 2 in the chat. I'm just trying to bring some perspective because people too emotional, like they can't be logical right now. People too emotional. Put a 2 in the chat. Okay, J-Man, aircraft carrier. Okay. Put a 3 in the chat if you've ever seen Tank at a press conference just being witty and going back and forth with people. Just being witty. Like, when has he ever done that? Y'all never see Tank doing that. He may talk a little shit, but Tank know what he getting himself into and what he walking into. What does he look like up there screaming and snotting and doing what? Because Jake Paul up there talking shit about the shit he already knew Jake Paul was going to talk about. He like, all right, nigga, whatever. All right, yeah. Okay. Like, what y'all want him to do? What y'all want him to do? Because then if he would have gotten Jake Paul ass, y'all would have been like, he knew Jake Paul was going to do that. I don't know why Tank acted. It just would have been something. The man gonna get criticized whatever he do, but I just think that's crazy. Y'all really up here acting like, I don't know how y'all expect Tank to act at the press conference. He acted how he always acted at the first press conference. The second press conference, he was a little bit more animated, talked a little bit more shit. But he didn't do anything that he normally doesn't do. And if you ask me, Tank looks a lot better at this press conference than he did at that Lamont Roach press conference, in my opinion. Hold on, aircraft carrier say good point. What you talking about, aircraft carrier? What good points? I got to hear that coming from you. And then he thought that the fight was gonna be at 190 pounds. They told him it's 195. He was like, hold on, I thought y'all said 190. So he probably feels some type of way about that. They might have to get that straight. And Calvin say, we trying to get the 10-ounce gloves. Fuck this 12-ounce glove shit y'all talking about. Let's get the 10-ounce gloves. I told y'all, bigger gloves is going to be more beneficial to Jake Paul, in my opinion, because Tank is, I mean, Jake got the power too, I guess, but Tank is the one that really needs his power. Now, will it be a real fight? Will it be scripted? I mean, it is what it is. We know what to expect with that. Why do people feel the need to keep repeating, it's not even a real fight. Duh, it's an exhibition. We know that. So all I'm saying is this over emotional reaction is like, I'm not saying y'all don't got a point. I don't understand y'all perspective. I get it. But at the same time, some of the things y'all are saying is a little bit egregious. It's a reach. And it's just an overreaction.